Okay, we have mean, mode, median, and range, a way for us to summarize a lot of data into something that is a little bit more particular and gives a little bit more information about a whole lot of data in just a couple of numbers. So the first thing we're going to do with this is we're going to fold in all of these little edges. We're going to fill in notes on various parts of things. This video, we're just going to focus on mean and median. So we're going to open up that little flap first. So to find the mean, we are going to add up all of our numbers and then divide by how many data points we had. So we're going to be really visual with our notes. So I'm going to make this kind of look like what we do to solve for mean by adding some plus signs in between and then putting that all over a division symbol and divide by 4, the number of data points that we added up. Now, I remember when I was in school, my teacher told us, as a way to remember this, mean teachers give us grades in the grade book on our report cards, because your report card is an average of all of the assignments that you have completed for that class. And back in the day, for the most part, what we did was took all of your scores, added them up, and then just divided by however many assignments you had. Now it's a little bit more complicated, but it's the same concept. So on the outside flap, I'm just going to jot down mean teachers give me report card grades. Okay, so mean teachers give me report card grades as a way for us to remember that mean is also another word for average. So we're going to fill in this first blank with another word that we might use for mean, which is average. All right, then we are going to jot down the steps. So our first step is to add up all the numbers and then simply divide by however many numbers there are, or however many data points. Okay, and I would definitely be writing in pencil. I am writing in marker just because that is going to show up a little better for you guys. All right, so let's see. We're going to jot down an example on this blank inside flap. The first thing we're going to jot down is our data. Our data for this is going to be 4, 10, 8, and 2. Okay, and these are our notes, so we're going to do it step by step. Step 1, add up all the numbers. So we have 4 plus 10 plus 8 plus 2 gives us, well, chunk it. 8 plus 2 is 10, 10, 4. So 10, 24. Step 2, we're going to take our sum, 24, and divide it by however many numbers or data points we just added, which was 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gives us 6. So our mean is 6. There we go. Then our next one we've actually already chatted about already. We're just going to add a couple more things to it. So on the outside here, we're going to make it a little visual. All right, so median, we talked about how that sounds pretty close to medium. And if I'm going to get a medium sweater, that's in between a small and a large. It's right smack dab in the middle. Right, so median, medium, it's the size in the middle, the number in the middle. Another way that we might think about it is like cars going down the road. Don't know if you realize it or not, but the dotted lines down the road is called the median. Okay, don't make fun of my drawing. Try to draw a car. That looks like a shoe. All right, that's pretty impressive. Okay, anyway, median, our line down the middle to make sure that we don't run into each other or try to keep some organization there, is our median. Okay, So you can finish your artwork later. We're gonna open this up and do a couple of examples. So our median is the number in the middle. And to find this, we order our data from least to greatest. Remember, we talked about how I would not be a good example of the median height in our classroom because I'm one of the tallest, if not the tallest person. And to make sure I don't end up in the middle, we would have lined up from least to greatest or from shortest to tallest. Now, this is what we do if we have an odd number and only one number in the middle, but life isn't perfect, so we need our plan B. What to do if there are two numbers in the middle, which is to take the mean of the two middle numbers. So I am going to put a couple of exclamation points there so we just remember that. Okay, I'm going to draw a line down the middle. You get it? Median, middle, line down the middle, haha. Anyway, we're going to do two examples, really is why we're doing it. Data for both. Okay, our data for the first set is going to be 2, 9, 3, 8, and 7. Okay, and our first step is to line them up from least to greatest. So we do that, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. And to find our number in the middle, we simply weasel our way in. And I like to use a pencil to mark off. And then if I do end up with one number in the middle, I just do a quick check that I've got two numbers on one side and two on the other, just in case I worked through it a little too quickly. All right, so our median is 7 for that one. Then our second example, let's do 10, 6, 2, and 4. All right, again, order from least to greatest, 2, 4, 6, and 10. And if we were to mark our way through, we've got two numbers in the middle. And this one's kind of obvious, right? What number is in the middle of 4 and 6? 5, right? It's not always going to be that easy, so we're going to put into practice our plan B to make sure you have that in your notes. All right, so step 1, we're going to add our two numbers. Step 2, we're going to take our sum and divide it by however many numbers we just added up, which was 2, just 4 and 6. And that's going to give us our final answer, our median of 5. All right, there we go. All right, so mean. Some kids said that this is the meanest one of all because it takes so much more work usually. Our mean teacher gives us an average on our report card. We add up all of our numbers and then divide by how many there are. And then our median, our medium, our number in the middle, the thing to remember here is ordered from least to greatest. Without ordering from least to greatest, it can become a jumbled mess, or you might have your shortest or tallest or oldest or youngest person representing your median age or height, which would be completely bogus. So just make sure you're bringing your attention back to those small things that can make a really big difference in the end.